Hey, what's up, dude? This is Nausea. I'm going to do a quick update on the Draco here, since I haven't really done any updates since I did the original build on it, or not the build, the setup. It's gone through a few changes here, as you can see, even from the infamous tunnel video. Been some changes. But it seems like a lot of people are discovering the Draco lately, especially the lactose community, if you catch my drift. Not the usual suspects. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here at the muzzle. Looks like a s.t.a.l.k.e.r, doesn't it? It's not. It's a s.t.a.l.k.e.r. It is a PSA. It's a PSA brake. For small shit like that, I don't mind. You know, I have my personal problems with PSA products in general, not just AK stuff. But for stuff like this, it's fine. I mean, it either works or it doesn't, right? Like, it's a piece of metal. It doesn't have to really work with anything. It just has to kind of screw on, and it screws on and stays there. So, obviously, ports, very big, very obnoxious. It does absolutely delete the recoil, though, which is nice. Further on back, I did throw my s.t.a.l.k.e.r rail on there. If you guys remember the original setup video, I was debating putting the s.t.a.l.k.e.r lower on there. Didn't really like the way it looked with just a s.t.a.l.k.e.r extended lower because it came out so far. So I actually sourced a B31 upper as well. Now, those of you that are savvy on this kind of stuff, you'll know that none of the B31s, no matter what model, will fit on a Draco. I believe the B31, it's either the S or the N, is like the better option because it's cut back more for like a 103 or a 102. I'm sorry, a 104 or a 102, or I guess a 105 as well. You know, like the shorter AK-100 series. The Draco is just a little bit shorter than the short 100 series. So either way, it wouldn't have worked. I got a better deal on this B31. Again, I don't remember if it's the S or the N or what. But yeah, it didn't work. I am a machinist by trade. So I machined off a little piece of it. This is also a B31 2.0, but I have a 1.0 lower, and it doesn't work because the 1.0s only have 3 attachment points for an upper handguard, and the 2.0s have 4 attachment points. And there's actually some material on the lower handguard that prevents you from putting the upper into the lower. So I did have to do a little bit more machining on the inside of the lower as well, but it's there. The cool thing is, of course, I have a rail cover on it, but you have these like elongated holes. That hole actually does line up with the other 4th hole that needs to be there. I just don't have that screw in. So I machined it, but I only have 3 screws on each side. So kind of a lengthy explanation on that, but that's how I got this weird s.t.a.l.k.e.r set up here on the front. I have an AFG 2, of course, more Magpul rail ladder stuff. I'm still running that same Surefire G2X. It's on a really cheap mount. I did have it on just like a 1-inch scope mount, but if it's in line with the rail, it was too low. So I got one of these offset ones from Amazon. They're really cheap. I think I got 2 of them for like 10 bucks or something. And it's cheap, but it works. It lines up perfectly when I have my hand on the AFG. I can hit the light. I can put it on top. I can also do like a C-clamp grip, which is nice, and also kind of segues into the next part of it. I can do the C-clamp grip with my thumb over bore because of this Johnny right here. The guy that I got the upper handguard from actually sent me this optic mount as well. Now, this optic mount, I believe, is from like Titan Designs or something. It's a US brand, but it's meant to work with the s.t.a.l.k.e.r stuff. You know, if you know your s.t.a.l.k.e.r, these rear 2 holes are usually meant for, you know, your optics mounts, you know, or like your dust cover hinge mount. They bolt through these rear holes, and it allows you to just bolt a T1 style dot on top. So of course I have a holochang on there. And it's nice because you can actually still co-witness iron sights. You can actually look under it. So the dot sits a little high, but actually it's not horrible. I think I'm used to my barrel. If you guys know the barrel and the horrible, chin weld that you have on that, or neck weld rather, This really is, it's really not that bad. The brace sits a little bit higher than the barrel, sits more in line, and then the dot's obviously lower than, you know, the big old s.t.a.l.k.e.r on top of the barrel. So finally finishing it up on the rail here, I have just a Magpul sling mount because the standard sling mount works, but it kind of gets in the way with like my hand grip because it's a little bit more forward than normal because it's an extended hand guard, and I have an AFG on here. I like gripping it a little bit further forward, and the sling was just kind of getting in the way with, you know, hitting the light and maneuvering things, so I just put that Magpul one on there. Attached to the Magpul sling mount is my London bridge. I love my LBT stuff. I have a lot of LBT. I just love them. Made in America. And it's chocolate chip, so, I mean, who doesn't love chocolate chip? Internals are completely bone stock. These are, I think, commercial Bulgarian mags. I run everything in this. I have a shitload of AK mag steel ones. The newest addition is the ALG. I picked that up when I was in Phoenix for school from some guy off of Tax Swap. Got a pretty good deal on it. It was still new in the bag. It's the UL, so it's the quote-unquote nicer one. I think I paid 70 or 80 for it. Again, brand new in the bag. Don't remember if this was on here on the original build, but actually it wasn't because it had a bakelite. Put a US palm. I know it's basic. This is like the most basic, like, you know, Reddit tier AK moment right here. The US palm with the ALG. But it works, and it's nice. And then here on the end, still the same bone steel folder. Thing is still tight as all hell. You can see I've beaten the shit out of it. If it'll focus, yeah, there we go. I've actually done like quote-unquote combatives with it, beating up trees in the woods, so, you know, it's holding. There it is. That's the update on the Draco. Still have, you know, a beaten shell casing on there too. Still holding up well. Don't know if I'm going to do much more to it. It's great. It has a light, an optic. I still have iron sights that are useful. Extended rail. Feels nice. Nice brake. Deletes recoil. So there's the Draco, boys. Get you some.